Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are looking at why is your future spouse going to be addicted to you. I'm not sure if I've done this topic before, but this one is going to be a thread painting watercolor version of it if I have. And this one is going to be focused on future spouse specifically, although if you guys want a separate reading on why, maybe if you want to know about your crush or a special person or someone you have in mind, whether they are addicted to you or not and why, then I could do a separate reading for that, because I do know that a lot of people love my future spouse readings. So I want to keep this one specific to your future spouses, and then I could do a separate reading for maybe the person on your mind or your soulmate or your current partner. So let me know if you guys would like a separate topic on that, but this one we are focusing on your future spouse. So let's begin. So I've picked this deck. This one is the Citadel Fantasy Oracle, of course, a gorgeous deck, and I'm going to pick out the piles for today. So for pile number 1, please spirit. For pile number 2, I feel like this is it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have 3 piles. Let's see your cards. We have the Astronomer Discovery with pile number, oh, I apologize. We have the Astronomer with pile number 1, a very beautiful card and very interesting as well. Come out for a future spouse addicted reading. We have the Air Unseen Potential. This is going to be group number 2 or pile number 2. Then lastly for pile number 3, we have the we have the Dancer Self-Expression, and this is going to be your card. If you feel drawn to the red in this or anything in this card, then this is probably a pile. If you are new to tarot readings, take a deep breath and allow yourself to just pick a card that you like, or pick a card that is calling out to you, or you feel drawn to a card, and that is probably going to be a pile. So let's say you're drawn to the crown and the hands in this card, then this is probably your pile. So you can go ahead, and there will be a timestamp for pile number 2, and that is going to be your reading. So you can go ahead and skip to that and listen to that part of the reading, because the whole video is going to be more than an hour long, and that's probably not for you. Maybe this is the only group, this is the only part that you're meant to hear. Okay, so I hope that was a simple and clear explanation. I'm going to go ahead with a small prayer that I always do. My soul family knows, but this is a prayer that I offer before every reading, just so I can respectfully invite all of your energies and hold a safe and sacred space for all of you. I apologize if there are too many sounds in the background. Just as I was about to film, they started some construction work, but I really wanted to do this reading for you, so I hope my voice is audible. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Take a deep breath and breathe out slowly. Do not hold your breath. Allow the flow of breath through you. I now begin this prayer as Mystique. I now begin this prayer, and I would first like to call upon Spirit to thank you, dear Spirit, for allowing me to read the cards for my group number 1, 2, and 3 for today, my soul family. Dear Spirit, I want to thank you for giving me the ability to read energy, for allowing me to be in tune with my collective, my soul sisters, my soul brothers, and my soul family. I call upon you, dear Spirit, today to protect this sacred space from any negative entities, energies, vibrations, frequencies. Please keep this space clear of any harmful, malicious entities, frequencies, vibrations, and energies. I call upon you, dear spirit guides of my soul family, with love and gratitude. Please guide me as I move through this prayer, move through the reading, and give my group number 1, 2, and 3 the messages on why their future spouse is going to be addicted to them, be addicted to their presence. Dear Spirit Guide, I ask for your divine guidance and love so that I can channel for my group number 1, 2, and 3. Dear Spirit, I ask you to cleanse this sacred space. I ask you to cleanse the aura and the energy of my soul family that is watching this reading right now. May this smoke purge and cleanse any irritating, annoying frequencies, vibrations from my group number 1, 2, and 3's energy. May the energy cleansing take place deeply, profoundly, gently, and slowly. As my group number 1 watches this reading, may they be relaxed. May they be relaxed, anxiety-free, worry-free. ask for any negative energies to be purged from their aura and their frequency. Dear Spirit Guides, I pray to you to hold my hand, to hold my group number 1, 2, and 3's hand, so that they know they are not alone in their journey in this life and towards their future spouse, towards their ideal life, or whatever they are trying to achieve. Dear Spirit Guides, dear Spirit, Angel, Light beings that are watching over my soul family, my dear viewer, I'm sending you my love, I'm sending you my light. I cherish you. I hold this sacred space for you. If you feel like crying during these prayers, or if you feel like there is an emotion coming up, allow it to resurface. Allow yourself to feel this emotion. You can watch this prayer while you feel that emotion if it's uncomfortable. This prayer will stay with you. Allow my voice and my energy to stay with you as you purge all these negative emotions or the emotions that don't feel so good. Sink into that feeling and allow yourself to feel what you feel completely, and you will soon begin to see that it dissipates on its own. These prayer rituals can sometimes evoke a strong emotional reaction from you, and that's okay. Nothing is wrong. You are not abnormal to feel what you feel. You're human, that's why you feel. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to tune into this reading, to accept this reading with a full heart, to accept the love of your future spouse and their higher self with an open heart and open arms. I call upon the future spouses of my group number 1, 2, and 3 with divine love and their higher self to give me any information, any messages that you would like to communicate with my group number 1, 2, and 3. And with that said, I now close this prayer. I thank all of you, all of the non-physical beings that are present with me, that are going to be present with me today throughout this reading. I hold love for you. I hold my care for you. I hold this safe and sacred space for you. And I will now close this prayer and begin each reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, for sharing your love with me. Thank you so much for all of your sweet comments, your donations, your personal reading bookings. Thank you so much for all of your love, my dear soul family. I'll see you in your reading. Hello, my loves. If you chose group number 1 or you chose this beautiful card right here, which says the astronomer discovery. So what I felt right off the bat is that you are a star in your future spouse's eyes. And I also, because I was immediately taken to the stars in the background, and I feel like your future spouse could be a Cancer or could have some Cancer traits. Now, if you are a woman, or you don't have to be a woman, but if you are into men or you want your future spouse to be a man, then I feel like for your future spouse, he is someone that is going to be very nurturing, very accepting of you. I feel like the primary way they show you their love is by caring. I feel like they deeply care about you. They deeply love you. Their love is going to know no bounds for you. And I also feel like you embody a lot of Sagittarius traits. So either you could be a Sagittarius, but you don't have to be. Sagittarius traits could be the pursuit of higher knowledge, They are always, sometimes they're philosophical, sometimes they have this aura about them that they always want to learn more about life, and they always love adventures, they love traveling to different places. And I feel like with the astronomer here, because astronomy deals with the study of constellation and stars which are in the space and not on Earth, and I feel like there's something about you that is very spiritual as well. So you're not just interested in maybe philosophy or psychology or the subjects that deal with the physical realm, right? The psychology deals with the physical realm, right? And I feel like you are very much in touch with spirituality as well, or with energy as well. So you could have the ability to read tarot, or you might be clairsentient, you might be clairaudient, but I do feel that there's something spiritual about you, and I feel like your future spouse is going to be addicted to that. Your future spouse is definitely, you see there is an eye, and this is reminding me of the third eye. Your third eye chakra could be very active, or you could download information from the spiritual realm and just casually say it in a conversation that, don't go out today, or oh, you should wear this today, and then it doesn't make sense to your future spouse, but afterwards it makes perfect sense. So I feel like they find your wisdom very sexy, they find your connection to spirit very sexy. I feel like they don't know exactly, or they cannot pinpoint exactly how you do this, but they do know that they love it so much. Especially if they are a Cancer, I feel like they will really hold space for your feminine wisdom, or your wisdom in general. If you do not identify with being feminine, they will hold. There is a lot of attraction towards your mind and how you think and how you approach things, because I feel like you're spiritual, and if you're spiritual, maybe the way you approach food is very different, or the way you wear your clothes, or what kind of fabrics you pick is very different, right? Maybe you prefer wearing cotton, or you prefer wearing fabrics that are made from organic material, organic threads. So you might not like synthetic or polyester fabrics, you might like loose clothes, breezy clothes. Then the way you approach your food might be very different. Maybe you say a small prayer before you eat your food, or you thank the food before eating it, and they see all of this, and I feel like that's going to get them addicted to you very fast. Because we have the astronomer, and this, as you can see, there's space in this card. I feel like they are attracted to what they don't see in you, or what doesn't make sense. I don't feel like there's so much of a physical attraction here, or there's addiction to your physicality here. They could be addicted to your body, I will see. But for the first download that I'm getting is that they love your ethereal presence. It's like you're not of this world, like you're somewhere else. I feel like your future spouse is going to be able to feel that you're somewhere else, that you're not you're in your head, and but it's not in a negative way, it's in a positive way, because you can give all of this information to your future spouse, right? And also I feel like there's one more thing that's coming through. I know it's already been 5 minutes, but there's one more thing that's coming through to this card, is that when you become a mother, I feel like you'll be so, for those of you that are women, if you become a mother, you will be so in touch and in tune with the emotions of your child and the needs and wants of your child. Your child won't even have to verbally communicate to you. So I feel like you might already know. So children cannot communicate up until they reach a certain age, right? So I feel like even after that, I feel like you're so good at understanding maybe why your baby is crying, why your 6-month-old is crying, and maybe your future spouse is trying to figure out, why is our baby crying, but maybe they cannot. And then you come in and you're like, oh, this is what's happening. Oh, okay, child needs to be fed, or our baby needs to be unwrapped, just needs to feel the air, feel free. Maybe our baby wants to dance, or because human babies are very limited, right? Like all they can do is cry or laugh. They cannot do much. They are newborns and their bones are not fully developed yet, their bodies are not fully developed yet, they cannot walk yet. So they cannot express all of the emotions that they could be feeling coming into this new world, being disconnected from their mother's womb, which was the safest place they could be, and suddenly they're outside and maybe there is a level of unsafety they feel. And I feel like you'll be able to make your child feel very safe, and I feel like your future spouse is going to look at you in awe. And it's like even after you get married, even after you have babies, they are going to be so much more addicted to you than they were before. It's like they're going to look at you with the eyes of pride, so much pride coming through from your future spouse. Oh my god, I married the right woman, or I married the right person. If you are a man watching this, I feel like you as a man are very in touch with your babies, and I feel like you're someone who's very good with children. So your future spouse is going to look at that and be so proud to have such a man by their side. They find you someone who's trustworthy and reliable, and someone they can lean on if things get hard. They don't feel like they have to take all of the pressures of being a parent by themselves, and that you're able to equally share that, and that you want to share that. And so I feel like this is something that they find beautiful and attractive about you, and they are addicted to that. So let's begin with your thread painting. I do have the thread ready, dipped in paint. So let's start with putting it on this paper. If you are new here and you don't know about thread painting, then this is basically a technique that I invented to channel, because I am an intuitive artist, and the way I channel is primarily using art, because I feel very connected to watercolors specifically. So I do have a lot of readings titled watercolor readings, for this is one of those examples. And yeah, so you'll see how I read using this. The thread is very tangled up, and that is telling me that your future spouse likes to be tangled up in you. I did try to untangle it, but it's just not coming off. I feel like this thread painting is going to be an interesting one. So why is my pile number one's future spouse addicted to them? If you are a woman watching this, I feel like they love your femininity. They love how you hold feminine energy specifically. That's the first thing that I'm getting. Also, this spirit is showing me a snail's shell. And snails are actually mollusks, right? And mollusks are extremely soft-bodied creatures. They do not have bones, I think. So I feel like they love how delicate you are, or how vulnerable you are. I feel like you're not going to have to put on an act with your future spouse where you have to pretend to be tough, or you have to do everything alone. I feel like your future spouse is someone who's willing to share responsibility, who's willing to share any burdens or any pains that you have. In fact, I feel like your future spouse's higher self and your future spouse is coming through strongly to say that they don't want you to feel like you're alone in your struggles, you're alone in your pain. They're saying, lean on me, you can lean on me. You don't have to go at it alone. You are not alone. Even as you move through your life right now and you haven't met your future spouse yet, that doesn't mean that they do not exist. That doesn't mean that. I feel like I'm also seeing like a closed fist, like that, right? Closed fists. So I feel like that's what spirit showed me. And your future spouse is going to be a strong and a firm presence in your life. I feel like they'll be able to give you direction. Or let's say you were pregnant and you wanted to take some months off of work, or you decide to be a mother, fully dedicate yourself to it, not because it's a sacrifice or anything, but because it makes you happy to be there for your child, because you want to spend that time with your child, because your child's childhood is never going to come back. Those first 10 years are never going to be repeated, and you'll never have the chance to see your baby develop into this beautiful teenager, and then an adolescent, and then an adult. So I feel like if you decide to do that as a woman in the relationship, I feel like your future spouse is going to have so much more respect for you. They are going to really admire and respect you. I feel like they have a lot of respect for motherhood in general, and because they don't think that being a mother is easy, and they know the contributions that a woman makes when she becomes a mother in the house. So I feel like they have a lot of respect for you, and they are going to take on a more masculine, if you are a woman and for a man, or one of you is taking on the masculine energy and then one of you is taking on the feminine energy. So there is a lot of balance, since the polarities are distinct, right? So there is a lot of balance. There is no when I say there is no equality, please don't take that in a negative way, right? Because the way I see equality means that you're trying to, people are trying to kind of level out the playing field. They're trying to equalize the tasks or the roles. And I feel like maybe that's not the key to a happy relationship. Maybe all a woman needs to be is just be dedicated to being a mother and giving love, because that's important. Love is important. And then the work part or the money part could be handled by the masculine, so that if both roles are divided and segregated properly, then there is less conflict in the relationship, because both of you are only responsible for handling one thing and not both at the same time. So I feel like this is relationship. Even though you might not want so much of a traditional paradigm, I feel like you're going to find out that it works for you. And I feel like your future spouse wants to provide a safe container for you, wants to provide a safe space for you, where you can express all of yourself freely. All of you is accepted, all of you is loved, all of you is held, all of you is supported. And when I say all, I don't mean all of you, like there's multiple people watching this, so all of you, I mean all of you, single person, you watching this, all aspects of you as a single individual, that is supported. I'm hearing the song, all of me is gonna love all of you. What is that song? I forgot I think it's John, I'm not really sure, but that's the song that's coming through for you guys. All of me loves all of you, and that's this connection goes beyond addiction. Like, this is the most positive expression or the positive manifestation of addiction. They have eyes only for you, they want to protect you. I feel like you make, if you are a woman, or if you are someone who likes to be in your feminine energy, and you want someone who's a masculine energy or a man in your life, then this man is going to be extremely protective and provide a lot of safety for you, provide a lot of firmness and a lot of strength for you, because I keep seeing fists. So I feel like, but I don't feel like, when you think of fist, maybe it could mean aggression or something like that, but that's just not what I feel for you guys. I feel that your future spouse is someone who is very in touch with their masculine energy and the positive in alignment side of the masculine energy, the in alignment expression of masculine energy. So they are going to provide you with a safe container, to express yourself. I'm also seeing you kind of flourish in your feminine energy. I feel like you might tap deeper into your spiritual abilities, because you're kind of relaxed, right? Like if you become a mother and you choose to stay at home, you're relaxed, because home is all that you need to take care of. And I see you going deeper into your spiritual abilities, or I see you kind of meditating, sitting there and meditating, and being able to see information or access knowledge about maybe what is happening to this world, or what's going to happen in the future, or what's happening with AI or something like that. Like there's something about you meditating and being able to see or look deeper. It's like motherhood is going to open you up to receiving more information from the universe. Not that you're not open now, but it's just that when you become a mother, you're opened in a completely different way. Like it's an experience that is just cannot be compared to any other human experience on the planet, right? I feel like the process of creation and the process of birth is somehow making you more receptive to divine information, and making you more receptive to being able to access divine information. So let's say for example, just a hypothetical example, okay, let's say something bad was to happen. I feel like you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to tell your future spouse, listen, we need to move, or we need to make so and so changes, we need to get these type of windows, we need to get these types of locks, because things are going to get worse. Or you're able to protect your future spouse spiritually, and your future spouse is protecting you physically. Your future spouse is providing a safe container for you to tap deeper into these spiritual wisdom, to tap deeper into this divine information, to tap deeper into the non-physical energies, basically, so that your physical existence here can be of ease. So you'll see a lot of other people struggling with that, because they are not tapped like you are, and you are so tapped into it. So maybe their feminines cannot give them the information that they need, but you do. And I feel like your future spouse is going to see that and be like, yes, I have a beautiful partner by my side, a partner who is capable of protecting me and my family. Not that they ever asked you for it or need it, but it's just that they respect your spiritual knowledge. There's a lot of emphasis on your spiritual aspects. So I feel like this union is a union that beings in the non-physical are kind of looking forward to, because this union is a kind of union that is part of the new earth. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean, because right now, or in the past, the unions that have happened were not so much about spirituality, or were not so much about the men and the women, or the partners, two partners being fully and embodying their energies and individuality and their authenticity fully. It was a lot about kind of trauma meeting trauma, and like wounds bouncing off of each other, and trauma and pain bouncing off of each other, and us learning, right? So the new kind of relationships that are a result of that is obviously where healing is prioritized, where spirituality is prioritized, maybe meditating is prioritized, connection is prioritized over chemistry, love is prioritized over romance, right? So these are new kind of connections that are coming in, new kind of unions. And I can feel that a lot of beings in the non-physical are looking forward to this kind of union that you are going to be having with your future spouse. This is definitely a very divine, high vibrational union. And the universe and the human collective is going to benefit from the relationship that you have. Not necessarily because you're doing something for humanity or whatever, but I just feel like when you have peace, harmony, and love on a micro level being a family or two people in a relationship, right? It's going to reflect on the macro level. It's going to reflect in a society. It's going to reflect in the energy of a country or a community, because if the micro level is sorted out, the macro level sorts out itself. You can't always do the opposite, right? So I feel like you are like that one cell in a whole body, which is humanity. The whole body is humanity, and you are that one cell who chose to align with another cell in a beautiful way. You chose to align with other cells with love, and you're refusing to be like a cancer. Human species are kind of like a cancer on the planet right now, which is very sad to say, but it's true. We are the only problem on the planet right now. And I feel like you choosing to be fully in your feminine energy, or choosing to be fully in your masculine energy, whatever you identify with, whatever you want, whatever your gender is, that's going to help the human collective, the consciousness of human collective move forward. So this union is something that your spirit guides or beings of the non-physical are kind of looking forward to. These type of unions should have happened years ago, but for some reason they were delayed because human beings don't learn their lessons. And that's very sad to say, but it's true. So I feel like this is something that your future spouse is going to be very addicted to you and about you, because it's like you opened them up to this whole new thing, which is so unfamiliar to them but so beautiful to them at the same time, because they didn't know that this is how human life worked. Or you could sit and meditate and know the secrets of the universe. Like, they don't understand that, and they are kind of curious about how you do what you do. So they might ask you a lot of questions about how are you able to access this information, or what exactly you do to meditate. It's like you're taking your future spouse deeper into the spiritual aspect. I feel like this is what the feminine does when she is at her peak. The feminine at her peak is going to do that for the masculine, that she is going to pull him into the highest frequency, which is love, and the frequencies and the energies beyond love, which are very high frequencies and high vibrations, high energies. So I feel like you take your future spouse away from the dense energies of the physical. You take them into the non-physical, into the spiritual, and your future spouse is so in awe of that. I feel like they get surprised every day. Like, I'm seeing your future spouse's mouth wide open. They might not physically give that reaction, but I can feel it in their energy. I can feel it. So let's get some tarot cards, and then we will close the reading just to see, just get a little bit more messages. Why is your future spouse addicted to my group number 1, please? Okay. So we have 4 cards. Tower moment, of course. You could be Scorpios as well. You don't have to be. But I feel like with the Tower moment coming out, that is a strong indicator that your future spouse, you bring so much of a change, or you bring such a drastic change of perspective. It's like you shake their mind up. You shake everything they have ever known in their life. You are a tremendous, huge presence in their life. Now, if you are a woman watching this and you are the feminine, I cannot begin to explain to you how powerfully you are in your feminine energy, and how powerful the way you be in your feminine energy is affecting your future spouse. It's like you'll just casually, I'm not seeing you yelling or screaming. You're so quiet. You're so almost shy. You're so soft-spoken, and that shakes them to their core. And I feel like that is the power. Like, they get touched by that so deeply that they couldn't possibly begin to explain, because I am getting speechless right now. This is such a beautiful card. The first card that you get is a Tower. Wow. The Knight of Pentacles. I feel like they'll immediately want to come in and be like a knight in shining armor for you. You might not want that. I'm just reading their energy, your future spouse's energy. I feel like they'll immediately want to provide for you. They'll immediately want to lock you down, because they don't want to lose the opportunity or the chance to be with you. They don't want anybody else to come in and give you a proposal before they do. So I feel like this connection to commitment might move faster. I don't know if you guys are married quickly, but they'll give you a commitment quickly. They won't hesitate to give you a commitment. We have the World reversed, and we have the Sun. Oh my God, your reading is ending with the Sun. What could I possibly say? Wow, you are a humongous presence. Humongous, is that a word? I think that's a word. But you are a huge presence. You are a tremendous presence in your future spouse's life, and you bring so much joy, so much love. It's like you're connecting your future spouse back to their inner child. You're connecting your future spouse back to joy, back to love. And I feel like that's what human beings are missing, which is what the divine feminine does, is that she connects the masculines back to the spiritual, back to their own self, because there is an aspect of life that cannot be explained with the physical. Do I need to hide this? I'm not really sure. I'm just going to put that, hold it like that. Yeah, you connect your future spouse back. So you have the Sun and you have the Astronomer. Look at that. Of course, that's not a coincidence. That's a beautiful, beautiful card right there. With the World reversed. Why is the World reversed, Spirit? Could you tell us why the world is reversed? Someone was like, of course the world is reversed. You're turning your future spouse's world upside down. What they think, whatever your future spouse thinks they know, they don't. And you're going to come in and with the most softest, most beautiful, polite, feminine way possible, you're going to shake it up with the utmost love. And it's like if they think they know something and they discuss it with you, you are probably responding with, are you sure about that? This is how this works. Maybe this is how this works. Think about it. Maybe this is what it is. Maybe romance. So for example, if you let's say, if you take romantic relationships as an example, and you don't like the hookup culture, right? Because it's not spiritual, right? In a way you could say it's spiritual, but in a way you could also say that it takes most human beings away from their trauma or their wound, because they're looking for an easy fix, and then the sacred act of sex becomes an addiction, becomes toxic. It becomes a way of escaping what you don't want to see within yourself. And so you could see that, and you could see that in the culture, and be able to see these things that are happening in the human collective that don't work for us, that don't serve us. And you're able to give that perspective to your future spouse, and your future spouse, I didn't think about hookup culture this way, or it's like you're giving your future spouse you're giving your future spouse fresh eyes. You're giving your eyes to your future spouse. That's the strong statement that I'm hearing. You're giving your eyes to your future spouse to look at the world, and now your future spouse has a completely different outlook. That is why you're changing your future spouse's world upside down. Like, of course they are addicted to you. I mean, why wouldn't they be? If I was your partner, pile number one, I would be addicted to you. So of course this is your future spouse is like, no. How cute. They're saying that to me. They're saying no, because they want you to be theirs. Not in a toxic way. I feel like they're slightly possessive, but it's in a positive way. It's not in a negative way. It's not in a jail sort of way. Okay, not in a prison sort of way. So I hope you know that. I hope this reading was enjoyable for you. I enjoyed it so much. This was such a beautiful reading. I don't know who you are, pile number one, but you are so amazing. Keep doing what you do. Keep loving yourself. Keep being in your feminine energy. Keep embracing vulnerability. Keep embracing your feminine power. Keep embracing kindness, compassion, love, empathy. Oh my God, your future spouse is so addicted to you for all of those traits that maybe society might reject in you, or maybe you feel that you can't embody. You're so powerfully in your feminine, they're going to be so obsessed with you. If you are a woman and you like to be in your feminine, if you wear sundresses or dresses that are very feminine, oh my gosh, it's going to drive your future spouse insane. So that was the side message there. I can't get too much into the 18 plus aspect of it here, but if you're interested in the 18 plus, I do have a lot of limited edition readings that focus mainly on the 18 plus side of things. So if you want to purchase those, you can email me, or if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can email me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. The email address is going to be in the description, so you guys can access me from there. And I thank you so much. I don't know who you are, pile number one, but I love that you came here. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. If you are already a subscriber, I love you so much. Oh my God, I cannot express it. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I hold so much love for you and a sacred space for you. You are always welcome here. If you like my readings, do consider subscribing. Of course, it's not mandatory. I will never demand you to do that. But I would love to have a soul like you around. So if you like my energy, I would love to read for you. You seem so amazing. You seem like someone I would learn a lot from. So thank you so much for sharing your space with me. It was such an honor. And I would like to take the time to thank you, your spirit guides, your higher self, your future spouse's higher self, the beautiful thread painting, the sacred painting. Thank you for helping me channel for my dearest and beautiful blessed group number one. Thank you, dear cards, for helping me reading for my group number one. I love you so much. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose this card called the Air Unseen Potential, then this is going to be your reading about why your future spouse is addicted to you. So the very first thing that I'm seeing is there's obviously a crown here, so I feel like there's something royal about you. You don't have to come from a wealthy family. For some of you, you guys could have started from the bottom. I'm hearing started from the bottom. So you guys have went from rags to riches, or you've built yourself. I feel like you're self-made. And you've gotten to a point in life when you meet your future spouse where you're really successful and you did it all alone. You did it by yourself. So you have every right to be confident about yourself and in your abilities. So I feel like this is something that your future spouse is going to find attractive about what a go-getter you are and the faith that you have in yourself, or the confidence that you've built in yourself. Your ability to do whatever you do. So let's say that, just as an example, let's say that you become a singer and you put out great albums one after the other, okay? Then I feel like your future spouse is going to really admire that, how you can come back with a better album than you did before, or better songs than you made before, with more skills, and you hone yourself even more. It's like you're always growing. See these plants here? You're always growing, and I feel like you have a lot of potential. You always have a lot of potential, even though that potential is being manifested. They see you as somebody who has a lot of potential. They see you as somebody who has a lot within himself, herself, themselves to succeed, to be who you want to be. Yeah, you are. Your authenticity is something that they are very addicted to. And your hands also could be something that they are addicted to, but we will get into the details of what exactly it is. So let's get your thread painting and see what comes out for you. If you are new here, hello, this is Mystique and I'm an intuitive artist. So my primary method of channeling is using art, primarily watercolors specifically in that. So I have this thread ready and I'm going to pour this thread here, and then based on the patterns formed, and I will connect to the water and the color and the pattern and channel for you. You know what? I'm seeing like a figure holding another figure, but we'll see what it looks like. So this watercolor method, I like to call it thread painting, because you guys will see what it looks like. So this functions like almost like a Rorschach test, and there will be two sides to the painting, like mirror. I like to do this technique a lot for future spouse readings, because there's two sides and we're channeling two energies, yours and your future spouse's. Yeah, 100%. There is a figure almost holding like that, you know, with shoulders like that. Once again, very interesting forms here. I'm also seeing a 3-leaf clover, a 4-leaf clover, a 4-leaf clover, which is a sign of good luck. So there's something about good luck when it comes to your love life or your future spouse's love life. There could be some kind of a good luck, or I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune. So there could be some kind of a miracle or a good luck or something working out for you. Universe is doing something for you. If you're watching this in 2023 or in 2024, the immediate time after that, the year you're in, there's something that universe is doing something in regards to your love life, which is which is like a good luck. There's something very good coming your way in terms of love. I want to say that, okay? Now, I'm seeing like your future spouse holding you. I'm also seeing a baby. So you see how this looks like a separate figure, okay? And then this to me looks like, at least that's what spirit is showing me, okay? Spirit is showing me a hand. You could interpret this differently, and that's okay. There are no rules. But I'm seeing this as a hand. And these two hands, obviously, there is no, like, when I hold a hand like this, there is a definite separation, right? These two hands are different, right? These two hands are different. But here you don't see that. So it's almost like you are one with your future spouse, or your connection is one with your future spouse. There's something about your future spouse and your future spouse's higher self coming through to say that you are their heart. You are meant to be one and not two. Whatever that means to you, I feel like you will know. That's what they said. So it's like you don't know where you begin and where your future spouse ends, or where your future spouse begins and where you end. There is no gap. There is no separation. There's no disconnection. I feel like you guys are extremely connected to each other, or extremely, I'm saying this in the present tense. I just said you guys are extremely connected to each other. I should have said you guys will be, but I said you guys are. So I'm feeling that there is already an extremely strong connection in the 5D. Okay, in the non-physical dimensions, your energies are already intertwined like threads in a fabric. That's how close you guys are. Like pages in a book, 2 pages in a book. That's how close you guys already are in the 5D. It's only a matter of the 3D aligning with the 5D. So maybe in the 3D it's not happened. So you watching this right now, your physical self, right? You watching this right now, maybe your mind will not be able to comprehend how you guys are connected, or you've already felt this connection. But the ego cannot step into a 5D. You kind of have to keep your ego down. You have to keep your ego to the side consciously and be able to walk into some other dimension and then come back to your ego and embrace it, right? So I feel like there's something about your future spouse watching over you. I'm almost getting like a godlike energy when it comes to your future spouse and your future spouse's higher self, like a god watching over a child. I don't know why I'm getting that. That is so, I've never received that in a future spouse reading. Today's connections are so unique. So even pile number 1 was so unique. I don't think I've channeled anything like that before. But that's what I'm feeling for you guys. It's like I'm hearing the word kami-sama, which in Japanese means God, I think, or a supreme being, supreme intelligence, divine intelligence. I feel like that's what it translates to. I don't know why the Japanese word came to me. Maybe some of you are watching from Japan or like the Japanese culture, you like anime, or you've been to some of the cities there, like Tokyo. I always feel like there's something spiritual about Japan, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know why. I'm also being shown Kinoshita or Kinotaro. You guys must have heard of her. She's a very popular tarot reader on YouTube. She's a Pisces. I think she's from Japan as well. She's half Japanese and she's of a mixed ancestry, okay? But I do know that she's half Japanese. And I love her energy. I love her, the way she channels. She is a Pisces, I think. She holds a lot of Pisces energy. So I don't know why I was taken to her. Why was I taken to her? I don't know. Are you watching this reading? If you are, hello. I love you so much. I love your readings and I love your channel. I love your art and your songs and your music. Yeah, if you're watching this. But I don't feel like Kino knows about this channel since my channel is small. But I don't know. I felt like such a strong energy of her being here. Maybe I'm just in my head about it. Hold on. Let me just check. Why did Spirit take me on that? Why are you taking me? There is a reading by Kino Tarot that you need to watch. Now, obviously, I am not being paid to say that. That's just what I'm seeing. There is a reading by Kino that you need to watch. Now, it's going to be different for all of you. I'm not going to link any readings or whatever. You can just go to her channel and watch the newest reading she's uploaded, or you can watch any other readings by her that you feel called to watch. There's some kind of a message there. I'm feeling that you bring your future spouse to their knees. There's something about you leaving your future spouse in shambles. There's something about you leaving your future spouse in chaos, but a good kind of chaos. It's like their heart they feel all of those emotions that you feel when you have a crush, which is sometimes anxiety, sometimes worry, sometimes fear. Will pile number 2 reject me? Will pile number 2 accept me? Will pile number 2 love me? There's something about you being extremely abundant or extremely wealthy. And when I say wealthy, I'm not talking specifically about your money, right? I'm talking about your energy, your currency, your energy currency. The currency of your energy is wealth, pure wealth. And your future spouse loves how rich your presence is, okay? I don't know if you come from money. You don't have to. If you have no money, that's completely fine, okay? Your future spouse loves your energy, loves the way you hold your energy. I feel like they're addicted to how you feel, your presence. I feel like that's what they are. That's what the number one thing that they are addicted to in you is how you feel, how your presence feels to them, the things you might say, how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you talk. Maybe there's nothing extraordinary, or you don't perceive anything extraordinary in yourself on the physical surface, but oh my God, spiritually, I feel like you guys will be like magnets, okay? But I'm not saying this in a chemistry way. I'm saying this in a connection way, okay? So you guys are going to be very pulled together by the universe, because like I said, right, in the 5D, you guys are already connected. So at first, it's not going to make sense to them as to why they're feeling this pull to you. And they are maybe going to experience a little bit of conflict within themselves in the beginning, where they don't understand why they feel so drawn to you. Now, I'm being shown this K-drama called King the Land. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but basically, it's this CEO who's very rich. He comes from a very wealthy family. He's inherited this business from his grandfather and father, okay? So he's very rich, and he feels very pulled to this woman who works in the company, okay? She's been working for years, and she comes from a normal family. She is not rich. She works really hard, and she has ordinary friends who are also from normal families. They have ordinary lives, but they feel such a pull for each other. If you know her character, the female character, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, that's how your future spouse sees you. Like, she's someone who's very self-confident, stands up for herself. She's someone who works really hard, who has a lot of grace. She deals with hate with a lot of love, okay? That's one of the things that is, like, I feel like her signature. She deals with things with a lot of grace. If a man comes up to her for a proposal, she rejects it with the utmost love and kindness and politeness. And I feel like that is why you have your future spouse's hearts in shambles. It's almost like their insides are falling apart. Their insides are falling apart. Their internal world is collapsing because of your existence, because they come across your existence. You are huge. You could have felt pulled to pile number 1. Only some of you, not all of you. Only some of you. If you did, if you want to, you can go ahead and watch that reading if you want to. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. If you didn't feel called to it, then don't watch it. It's fine. But I'm feeling that this was a similar message as well, that they feel this electric pull to you. Wow, this is so unique and nice. I never expected this to come through. So hold on, let me tap more into the energies here. I'm hearing ghost. Ghost. Why am I hearing that? I just felt ghost. Maybe you've seen your future spouse in your dreams. If you have, this is a confirmation. If you were doubting, did I see my future spouse? Did I accidentally connect to my future spouse while I was sleeping? Yes, you did. What is that? I feel like some of you could have recently ghosted someone who was toxic towards you. Or maybe you came out of a breakup. Or 2023, if you're watching this when the time it's uploaded, or even if you're watching this in 24 or whatever in the future, the past year or the past month from when you're watching this reading was not the best one, and you were purging a lot. You were purging. I feel like you cleansed yourself in the past month or the past year with all of the healing energy work that you did. I wish you could see pile number 2, what kind of tremendous energetic shifts are taking place because of the energetic changes that you're making, okay? So let's say, for example, you've suffered from low self-esteem, okay? And you decide, listen, I want to feel good about myself. I want to develop and feel what confidence looks like and feels like, and let me take all of the right steps. And it feels daunting because it's unfamiliar. You're not used to feeling that way. It's like you're stepping into a whole new identity, right? So it's daunting, but I see you embracing this new you, and that is why this new life is coming in. This new partner is coming in. Your future spouse is one of the new things that come into your life because you are making those energetic shifts. You are making those, I feel like your progress is not visible to you in the physical. Maybe your physical appearance has not changed much or whatever, I don't know. But there's something about you not understanding that there is a lot of profound shifts that you have gone through, and spirit just wants to congratulate you, okay? Your future spouse's higher self wants to congratulate you firstly and say that you've done so well, my child. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of you for taking the leap, taking the courage to change these everlasting patterns that have come through generations towards you, and you are the one who changed it. You are the one who was the pioneer of this change of pattern, or change of the consciousness of your family line, or the change of the, it's like you're elevating, you're taking your family line to the next level. If you're changing a lot of family patterns, if you come from a toxic family, or you come from some kind of like a toxic environment, all the toxic patterns that you were exposed to, you're changing that single-handedly. You're changing that. And you, oh my love, I wish you could see energetically just how colorful and beautiful and how bright the energy that you're stepping into is. And it's so different. There is a drastic difference between what your energy is, or what your energy is going to be like, than what your energy used to be. So if you are feeling discouraged, if you are feeling despair, hopelessness, things are not going anywhere, things are not changing, listen, it's happening, okay? It is happening. You just cannot see it because it happens in the spiritual realm. Let me just say that, because it happens on the energetic level first. When you do shadow work, it happens on an energetic level, and then after that energetic level change manifests in the physical as a change in the physical, okay? So you'll see it in the physical as well. The physical will start mirroring and reflecting the energetic change and the energetic shift that is happening within you. And your future spouse is one of those, one of the byproduct, or one of the results of this change that is happening. So I feel like this is what your future spouse is addicted to. Your future spouse is addicted to you firstly because of they are addicted to your ability to transform. You are someone who transforms herself, himself, themselves. You are someone who will come back from the dead. You are a phoenix. You guys could be my Scorpios. You don't have to be. In fact, I'm not feeling that a lot of you are Scorpios, but you could be. But you are so good at phoenixing. Oh my gosh. I want to be your friend, pile number 2, because you are such a strong soul. you bring yourself back from the dead. You bring yourself, like, it's like if someone tried to do some shit to you, I feel so bad for them, firstly. No, nothing anyone could ever do to you could hold you down. Nothing, no pain someone could give to you could dim your soul. What is that song? Yes, Beyonce's Break My Soul. I think that's the song. I feel like she says you can't break my soul, but I'm not really sure because I've only seen the title of the song. I haven't heard the song, okay? But Spirit took me to that song. And you know how Beyonce's energy is, queen, okay? She's someone who's going to shine. She's someone who takes her craft very seriously. She's someone who's extremely detail-oriented, extremely obsessive when it comes to her art and her craft. She gives this almost near perfect performances, and I feel like that's how you are with yourself, with your energy. It's like, I want my energy to be magnificent. Nothing short of magnificent is going to be acceptable to me. And you have such high standards for yourself. You guys could be my Virgos, but you don't have to be. You have such high standards for yourself that you are... that is what your future spouse is in love with. It's like the bar that you set for yourself on the person that you want to be is so high that your future spouse has no choice but to kind of match that, because they know that if they are not like keeping up with you, you will outrun them, and maybe you'll grow tired or bored of them. Not that you would do something terrible, but it's just that you are... I just hear elevate, 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 elevate. What is that song? That's a song by Kendrick Lamar, isn't it? Levitate. There's a song called Levitate, but instead of hearing levitate, I heard elevate. So in that song, he raps levitate, levitate, but I am hearing elevate, 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 elevate. That's what I just heard. That's what you do. Group number 2, you're making me happy. I feel so happy to be in this energy. Oh my gosh. When I started the reading, I felt a little bit of like almost like a depressive, like a heavy mood you were in, like feeling like I'm underwater or something. But now I feel like it got cleared or something. Like Spirit really wants to drive this point home, that listen, you don't see your strength, we do. You don't believe in your strength, we do. But just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, because what you see with your 3D eyes is not always the truth. And I feel like these are the things that your future spouse is absolutely addicted to. Like, no one can break your soul. Your strength is so attractive to your future spouse. Your assertiveness and your fierceness. And I feel like there is all the more addiction to you in a positive way, because if you went through, like, if you... I'm being shown 𝘧𝘪𝓐𝑻. Okay, now 𝘧𝘪𝓐𝑻 did not have a lot of self-esteem when she was younger. Okay, she made herself who she is today. She built who she is today. Okay, her self-concept, how she feels about herself, the life that she has today, every, the home that she lives in, she did that herself. Can you believe that she came from a family where her father didn't respect her at all? And she even mentioned in one of the readings that she was abused a lot, and at one time, I think she spent some $2 or something, and someone got so mad. I think it was her father, but I don't know, please don't kill me. But someone got so mad and they spit on her. Like, that is the level of disrespect she's been through. And I feel like you guys have been through something similar like that, and you guys are strong like Liz is. Okay, you guys can come back from the worst things that anybody could do to you. Like, no one can break your soul. No one can break Liz's soul. I mean, it's just impossible. She's unmatched. She is invincible. She's unstoppable. And I feel like that's your energy. I feel like that is what your future spouse is most addicted to, is your presence, your energy, and how strong your energy is. You could be someone who's introverted or soft-spoken. Maybe you're not someone who's loud. Maybe you're not someone who's but there's something about your energy that screams strength. Your energy, it's like you don't even have to talk in a room. Okay, when you walk into a room, you walk like God sent you, and everybody just knows that you're there. And that is what your future spouse is kind of going to see, that you get a lot of attention without even asking for it, without begging for it. You get a lot of attention. Just you have a very commanding presence, group number 2. You have a very commanding presence. If you don't have it right now, you're going to develop this. So yeah, please remember that, group number 2. I hope this reading was informative and that you enjoyed it. Okay, I'll leave the songs in the description so you guys can go ahead and listen to that. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. It's the email address is in the description for you guys to access. But I am so honored to know you, and please keep being the strong soul that you are, my group number 2. I love you so much. Actually, hold on, let me pull cards for you, because I did pull cards for my group number 1 as well. So we have 2 of Swords. What did I say? You leave. Oh my gosh, we have the World and we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, these are the very same cards that came out for group number 1 as well, these 2. So you guys could be attracted to my group 1 reading. But once again, the first card that we got is 2, and you are group number 2. So I feel like you put your future spouse in a conflict. I feel like this is just because this card talks about difficulty making a decision and not being able to see something and the clarity that is needed to make this decision. It's like you're being split into 2 directions, right? That's what this card talks about. Then I feel like you are leaving your future spouse in shambles. I feel like this is just a confirmation of that. Now the World, I feel like your future spouse sees you as someone who's very attractive. Okay, they could be attracted to your body, they could be attracted to your physicality. Okay, they could be attracted to, once again, there is an eagle. There's something eagle-like about you, but not in a negative way, in a positive way. Okay, there's something, because you can see that there is an eagle there. So there's something eagle-like about you. And eagles are such, vultures and eagles are such royal birds, and they're so big. They command, when they're in the sky, you can tell that's an eagle, that's a vulture, because they're just so big. And look, these wings can also look a little bit like a vulture's wings, like a huge bird that's flying. Yeah, whoa. I feel like your future spouse might be intimidated by you. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they might worry that you might reject them, because they feel like they're not on your level, and that you might not give them the time of day, group number 2. I feel like you're going to make it very difficult. You're going to be like, well, I'm not really interested in a romantic relationship, so why are you pursuing me? But I feel like they're going to keep pursuing you regardless. I feel like ultimately they're going to realize that, you know, you are the person that they want by their side, and they're just going to overcome their fear, just going to face their fear and come towards you. It might be unconventional. They might propose to you in an unconventional way. It's not going to be hearts and flowers or something like that. It's going to be by doing something that maybe normally couples don't do, like going on a hike together, or I don't know why I'm saying hiking. I'm seeing hiking, I'm seeing mountain climbing. Like maybe they'll take you to some kind of a sports event, or they want to participate in some kind of a sports thing with you. Some kind of a physical activity, basically. Ice skating, I saw. Some kind of a physical activity. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing, group number 2. I hope this reading was enjoyable. I love you guys so much. I thank all of the cards and the sacred painting. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel for my divine and sacred group number 2, my dear soul family. I love you guys so much. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello, my group number 1. If you chose this card, you chose this card called the Dancer. Now, the very first thing that I received as a download for you guys is that is an image of Sufi mystics dancing. Now, they have this very peculiar way of dancing. I think they are just whirling in a circle, right? So they are going round and round in a circle, and I don't know what it's called, but I've seen a lot of I keep being shown the song Diwani Mastani. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but this is from a Sanjay Leela Bhansali film. He is a Bollywood director, okay, and this is one of the period dramas, one of the best Indian films ever made, in my opinion. And there is, in this song, the lead actress Deepika, in the end she does that whirling, what I'm being shown in the end. So I'll leave that song in the description if you guys want to see. But you know how if you guys want to watch this movie, I'll leave the name of the movie if you guys are not familiar with it. But I keep being shown her character Mastani, and I keep being shown that specific song, which is Diwani Mastani. That's what it's called. It's like she's someone who is fearless. She's someone who doesn't have a lot of care about what people have to say about her, and she doesn't allow that to break her. She doesn't allow people's opinions of her or how they treat her dictate or determine how she feels about herself. And that is why I feel like the dancer and self-expression is coming through. She's someone who's treated very harshly throughout the movie, and you'll see why. But she's also someone who's not very respected, but she never lets that get in her way. She's always intuitive. She's always this feminine presence in Bajirau's life. She holds no hatred for Kashibai, which is another lead female character in the film. But I feel like some of you might not like Mastani, and that's understandable, but there is no denying that she is a strong warrior. She is a strong feminine warrior, someone who's in a feminine energy on top of that. She does everything it takes to protect her family. She does everything it takes to make sure that her family is safe. So let's start with your thread painting, and then we will get some more messages about why your future spouse is addicted to you. Okay, wow. The thread untangled so easily. I picked it up and there were absolutely no tangles. I feel like you guys might not fight a lot or not have a lot of conflicts between you. Wow. Okay. Every time I try to tap into the energy group number 3, I feel like your future spouse is kind of speechless. Like I'm literally not hearing any words whatsoever. If you guys want to see what the painting looks like up close, this is what it looks like. There was this cartoon called Winx Club. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but there were basically these Barbies that had wings. I think it was called Fairytopia. Fairytopia? I don't know. Something like that. Okay. And I keep being taken to that. So if you are a woman watching this, or you are someone who has feminine energy who's watching this, they find you someone who's extremely ethereal, extremely attractive. You could be a dancer, but you don't have to be. But there's something about your physical body that's very lithe to them, Lithe. Something that's very otherworldly about your physical body. Your future spouse can't quite put their finger on it as to why you're so attractive to you're so attractive. I feel like they're not going to be able to I feel like they are attracted to you. They become attracted to you when they see you, but it's not so much with a certain physical trait like your face or something like that, right? Or your body. It's not so much your physical traits. It's more of it's just that they feel a magnetic pull towards you. And I feel like because you have been trying to manifest your future spouse for quite some time now, for those of you that have, they are just going to feel that because your manifestation powers are so strong. Okay, I'm also seeing the sign of infinity. So it's like you're infinitely bound together, but not in a negative way. You're infinitely meant to be together. It's like you will cross different lifetimes to be with each other, or to be somehow in each other's energetic proximity in the physical earth realm. That's how you guys are. And also, these flowers are tulips, and tulips are this beautiful purple color, and that is what I got. Whereas the first two were a little bit more on the pink side, and this one is a bit more purple and blue. So I'm feeling this strongly that you guys remind them of the feeling when you are standing at an ocean shore, the ocean shore. You know, the kind of serenity and the calmness you feel. But there is also something unpredictable about the ocean, right? Because it cannot be controlled. During full moons, the tides are very high, and alerts are issued for people to take care if they are on the beach, right? You can't be near the beach if on a full moon because the tides are so high. And I think yesterday was a full moon. Just 2 days back, there was a full moon, you guys. And I just feel there's something about water, something about the way you express, something about fluidity, liquidity, liquefy. That's something I'm hearing for you. Like your energy is very liquid in some way. What does that mean, Spirit? How can I explain that to group number 3? You are like the ocean to your future spouse. The beholder of secrets unknown, hidden mysteries, and unconscious or the subconscious truths that are waiting to be revealed. You are that for your future spouse. You are also beautiful. You are like a baptism. Your presence is like a baptism to your future spouse. Your presence is, you know how water has this ability to cleanse? There is a strong connection to water that I'm feeling in your pile. You could be my artist. Maybe that is why you stumbled on this reading, because I too have a very strong connection with water. I mean, watercolor readings are my preferred method of art readings. So it's not a coincidence that you stumbled on this reading if you are here for the first time. You were definitely led here by your own intuition, not the spirit, not universe. You led yourself here. And I feel like you are going to lead your future spouse to you as well. You are like the ocean. You have this invisible strength about you. But there is also this element to water. Water is an element, but there is this quality to water that can be unpredictable or dangerous. The destructive form of this sacred element that we call water is a tsunami that is a result of an earthquake or any water related natural disasters, if you want to call those that, natural disasters. You could very easily become that. It's like there's something about your energy that they do not understand, that they cannot pinpoint. I feel like they tremendously respect you. You are like I'm being shown a typhoon or a whirlpool. You guys, have you seen those whirlpools in the water? Okay. It sucks everything in, and I feel like that's how your energy, like you're sucking your future spouse in. But I don't mean this in a negative way, obviously. I don't think you're not doing this consciously. I feel like your energy is just like that. Like you've done a certain level of inner work. You've reached a certain level of spiritual wisdom and spiritual knowing within yourself. And this your future spouse coming to you is kind of the result of that. And we also have blue, this blue part right here. I did not add blue for the other two groups, okay, just for you. And I feel like the blue is there because of your connection to water, or that's how you come off. You could be a water placement, you don't have to be. You embody the traits of water, that's for sure. You could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You don't have to be, but you could be. You also could have a lot of 12th house placements, or because I just see you being very in touch with the subconscious or the unconscious, what is repressed in the human psyche. I see you very, very connected to that. So you guys could be my Pisces, my 12th house. 12th house Pisces people are usually very in touch with the subconscious, okay? They can feel and sense into things that are not always visible, that are not always physical. And I feel like you on some level can do that as well. Look at the pattern that is in the bowl as well for you. Look at how distinct the blue has separated out from the rose of ultramarine, which is this purple color that you're seeing. It's a mix of ultramarine and red, I think. That's why it's called the rose of ultramarines, from the Daniel Smith watercolor. And you are like that tree in the movie Avatar. I think she's called Eva, the tree of life, right? It gives life, and she is like, the tree is the consciousness of all of the beings that came before that generation that is present, right? You become one with Eva when you die, and I feel like you are like the culmination or the byproduct or the result of a lot of spiritual work that your ancestors have done, or a lot of inner work, shadow work, shifting trauma work that they have done. You are a descendant of that. Oh my god, this is so deep and profound. I was not expecting that at all. I feel that is your future spouse. That is what your future spouse is most addicted to. I feel like they could drink from your cup, like they want to drink your energy. Like if they could pour your energy into a cup and drink it, they would do that every day in the morning, like a morning shot, like ginger shots. They would do that in the morning. That is why I feel like they want to be with you. They want to hold you. It's like they want to become one with you. I feel like you might reject them at first, or they might not be your type, or you might see them as someone that needs to do a lot of spiritual work, or needs to get to a certain level of consciousness to meet you at your level. Okay, not that you're looking down on this person, on your future spouse, but I'm just feeling that they learn from you, they learn something from you, they learn how to be elevated from you. Are you the pile where I said elevate, elevate, elevate? I don't know. I feel like there's something about all the groups today. There is such a strong connection. I've never felt this before. Like, today's future spouse reading is so unique. I've never channeled such information before. Okay, maybe some of you felt drawn to all the piles. I really don't know. It just feels so magical, and each pile was so magical. And I feel like whoever is clicking on today's reading are all magical in such a huge way that I couldn't possibly begin to explain with words how magical you guys are. There's something fairy-like about you. That is why the first message that came through was almost this fairytopia, wings, which is obviously human beings don't have wings, but there's something about you. You can fly, you can do something that human beings or your future spouse thinks that humans cannot do. Maybe for example, if you could take the ability like clairsentience or clairvoyance, people that are clairvoyant can sometimes see the future, can sometimes know what's coming in terms of energy, because future is just energy. So if you can make yourself receptive enough and sensitive enough to open yourself to that energy, you can see the future, you can predict the future. But it's not like in a scammy way for you. You are the genuine one. You are the genuine product. You're the genuine thing. You're the sincere thing. And your future spouse is going to be in... They don't believe their eyes. I feel like your future spouse doesn't believe what they're seeing. There's something about you that they don't believe it. They just cannot believe it. I feel like you are very in touch with spirit, group number 3. Very in touch with spirit. Very in touch with the divine. 100%. Because look at this pattern formation. I've never seen this type of pattern formation ever. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. The way you unfold in your future spouse's arms like a flower blooming is something that they are addicted to. You know how bees are attracted to flowers because of their nectar? The nectar is sacred to bees, okay? I also just heard the bee doesn't waste time explaining to the fly that flowers are better than shit, because flies are always flying to shit. And I feel like your future spouse is like a bee and you are the flower. You are the nectar. You are life that they are taking within themselves. They are receiving within themselves from you. Wow, this is like goddess energy. I'm not gonna lie, group number 3. You're going to, if you don't have it right now, you're going to develop this goddess energy. You literally give life to whatever you touch. You have that golden touch, okay? The Midas touch. You have that, group number 3. You are gold. You could be my Leos. You don't have to be. In fact, I'm not picking up on any zodiac signs in specific, because I feel like in some way, it's like you've gone beyond the physical qualities. You've stepped into some kind of a spiritual energy that cannot be explained with words, and your future spouse is going to be able to see that. And even though your future spouse might be very much in their physical in the beginning, I feel like you'll take them into the non-physical, you'll take them into the spiritual. And this was also a similar message in pile number 1, 2 and 3. So I feel strongly that you guys could be drawn to my group number 1 and 2. If you were, feel free to watch those readings, but if you were not, please don't. It's fine. You don't have to. Your energy unfolds or looks like a dance to your future spouse. You know how sometimes if you look too deeply into the fire, it looks like the flames are dancing? That's what it looks like. I feel like that is why we have the dancer. It's not talking about you literally dancing. I feel like it's a lot to do with your energy. It's reminding me of Rumi poetry, a lot of Rumi poetry. And Rumi is, gosh, my favorite. There was this poetry once, and I am not recollecting the whole poem, but I remember this one line from it. You dance within my chest. And he's basically talking about how in the physical, his lover is away from him. But it doesn't matter because his lover dances within his chest, and his lover is alive, his lover is with him because his lover is inside his chest, inside his heart. And so it doesn't matter. I feel like that's the kind of love that, wow, this is such a highly spiritual kind of love. You know, the kind of love that Rumi had with his master, Shamsi Tabriz. That's what I'm feeling. I'm not saying that this is like a master-disciple relationship, okay? That is not what I'm saying. But there's something, I really cannot find the words to explain it. Like, I wish I could. But this is something that goes beyond. I feel like, you know, you have to read those poems, man. If you have not stumbled across Rumi's poetry, you've got to. You guys could be from Middle East, because I just see a lot of Middle Eastern, Moroccan influences, Lebanese, Pakistan, a lot of like sacred Islamic practices. Okay, you don't have to be a Muslim or Pakistani, but I'm just seeing, you know, the sanctity of Middle Eastern culture. Okay, the carpets, the colorful, the patterns, if you guys have seen the mosques there's a certain like their architecture is a specific style. Okay, and that is how I feel for you. You are a specific, oh my gosh, that is so loud in the background, I'm so sorry. But there is a certain specific thing to you that your future spouse cannot pinpoint, and that is why I'm having such a trouble with words. I hope this was understandable for you, group number 3. But let me pull some cards in case. Group number 3, why is their future spouse addicted to them? Okay, lots of cards for you. We have the Queen of Cups. I mean, I did say water, right? Divine connection to water, and the Queen of Cups shows up, and that is your first card that shows up. I cannot make this up, group number 3. You definitely embody this Queen of Cups energy. 6 of Swords reversed. You will help your future spouse move on from some kind of past pain or past difficulty that they have struggled with all their life. This is something to do with their trauma or some kind of a pattern that is not being shifted in their collective, in their family line, or like the line of energies or physical beings that they come from. And I feel like you single-handedly will take your future spouse in your... I just heard a lot of tantric S as well. So maybe Tantra is the way you're teaching your future spouse. Or maybe the way you don't have to know Tantra, okay? First of all, Tantra literally just translates to technology. That's all it means. The technology for transformation. That's all it means. So please don't think that all these, you know, Western definitions of Tantra and that's what it is. That's not what it is, okay? I'm telling you. I'm Indian, so I know. You don't have to be a tantric or whatever. But tantrics have like a negative connotation to them. But I'm not feeling that for your energy. I'm feeling a lot of high vibrational, in alignment expression, in alignment version of that energy. You single-handedly help your future spouse or take your future spouse in your... It's like you're taking your future spouse within your wing, and you will help them overcome this battle that they have fought their whole life. And that is why your future spouse is very addicted to you, because what you do, nobody could. Nobody could possibly do what you do. With the 4 of Wands reversed, Why is it reversed? I feel like they cannot have a family with you for some reason. They want to have a family with you, but they feel like they cannot. Why? They feel like you might reject them, or you might not want anything to do with physical things at that point. You might want nothing to do with the physical life. You're too spiritual. You're too spiritual. Oh my gosh, we have the King of Swords also in reversed. We have the Seven of Swords as well. Why do we have these two in reversed? Why do we have the King of Swords reversed? You might reject their advances. I feel like they think you might reject their advances because you're too high spiritually. You're like a high priestess. You're higher than a high priestess, okay? And they feel like you might reject them because you might not... They feel like you might look down on the physical realm, or you might not want anything to do with the physical realm. If your future's... Oh, okay, this is interesting. Okay. It's like your future spouse is scared of saying anything to you. I don't want to say that your future spouse is a coward. That's not the case. But you're just so high vibrational that they know in terms of intelligence or in terms of divinity, they don't match you. They're no match for you. And it's like they are going to struggle. They are going to try very hard to come up to your level before they can come to you and give you a real proposal, group number 3. I feel like this is a past energy. Maybe you're going through a breakup right now, or somebody tricked you or deceived you or took something away from you that was rightfully yours, took some credit away from you. Trickster energy. Someone was manipulative and you are still healing from that heartbreak, or you're having trouble healing from that heartbreak. I feel like for most of you, you guys are focused on healing from this heartbreak, and you will successfully heal from this heartbreak. This is a confirmation, okay? If you feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize 3-3. And these 3 were together. These 2 3s were together. So once again, 3-3-3 could be a number could be one of your angel numbers, could be important to you. I also feel like in the end, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, but look at this. They are dancing. 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups dancing here. So you're stepping into a congratulations kind of energy. Have you guys heard of that song by Post Malone? Now they say congratulations. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sing, but I'll leave a link to that song. That's the energy that you're coming into in 2024. So if you went through any kind of hardship, this is a confirmation that you will successfully leave it behind. You will successfully leave it behind. Okay? You are weaving the fabric of your own destiny by controlling the threads of your own fate. You do red. Your red thread of fate is tied to you first and foremost. You are your own destiny in the first and foremost. You are your own destiny. And that is what is bringing this future spouse in, this partner in. I feel like when you meet your future spouse, you're not going to feel the need for a future spouse. You're not going to feel the need for to have someone by your side. And it's precisely this detachment that is going to bring him into your energy, or bring this future spouse into your energy. We have the Queen upright and the King reverse. So they definitely feel like you are way above them in some way. In terms of energy, I definitely feel you're way above them. Like you could, if they try to deceive you or something, they wouldn't dream of it, okay? First of all, I'm not saying that they will, but you will look through it because you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, group number 3. And we have 3 of Swords and 3, and your group number 3. I mean, that's not a coincidence, obviously. So many synchronicities for you. I feel like this is the energy you're going to be in, celebrating. Celebrating with the people that love you, celebrating with, and your future spouse is just going to be one of those people. It's like You are not obsessed with the idea of romance. You are not obsessed with the concept of romantic love specifically. I feel like you embrace and have opened your energy up to receive all forms of love. There are 3 cups here, and all 3 of them could be different forms of love that you receive from different people in different ways, and you hold yourself open to all forms of love. I'm also seeing the sign of Libra. Libras love people. They love the feeling of being close to people. The 7th house literally rules relationships, but it's not just relationships for romantic relationships. It's all relationships, right? The feeling of being close to people is something that makes a Libra very happy. So I'm feeling that, like, you're going to realize the importance of all relationships in your life, and you're making space for all relationships in your life. How beautiful, group number 3. How pretty. Wow, your energy really astounded me and took me by surprise. This is so beautiful. But I see you being very happy and at peace. Being very happy and at peace. You're dancing this way, and you see how they are moving in a circle. Once again, that dance, the whirling dance, the whirling dervishes. I think that's what they are called. The whirling dervishes. They are called dervishes. If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I'm sorry. But the spelling basically is 𝑑𝑒𝑟𝑣𝑖𝑠ℎ𝑒𝑠. The whirling mystics. Whirling mystics. Okay, so that's it. That's what I'm seeing for you, my dear group number 1. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. The email address is in the description, so you guys can go ahead and access it from there. But I want to thank you for, if you are new here, I want to thank you for sharing your energy with me, for stumbling on this reading. I don't know why you clicked on this reading, but oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am so happy and honored to read for you. All of the piles that came through today were so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to have all of you sacred and divine beings here on my channel, here as part of my soul family. If you already have subscribed, like, I wish I could give you a hug. I wish I could give you a small prayer, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving all of your love, your support in form of your comments. Thank you so much. I love you so much. And I thank all of the dear cards, the dear decks. Thank you for helping me read the energy today for group number 3. Thank you, dear painting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I will take your leave now. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I cherish you and I love you always. Bye.